Hi everyone, welcome. So today I am talking about traveler's notebooks on a budget. So whether you are brand new to the traveler's notebook world or if you're just looking for a new cover that won't break the bank, I have several choices for you today. I will, as per usual, put links in the description in case you would like to get something for yourself or a gift for someone else. And I will also put timestamps in the first pinned comment if you'd like to jump back and forth between the notebooks. So everything here as of today is listed at under $40. So definitely economical choices. They are available at Amazon mostly. If they are available somewhere else, I'll also put that in the description. I know sometimes Wandering specifically is on Etsy. Okay, so let's start with this one. I'm calling this one the F notebook, the feather notebook, and it's because I cannot pronounce the company's name at all. So I'm just going to list it as the feather notebook down in the description. And this one is different from the others. As you can see, the others are all a brown leather. They all have that kind of same espresso look for the most part. There are some slight differences, but mostly they're chocolate brown leather. This one is different. This is like a cognac color. So let's look at that one first. And I'm calling it the feather notebook because it has the charm that comes with it. You can detach that. It has a little toggle and you can just take it off if you don't want it. And this one is also different because it has a stamped design in the cover. It's a floral design. And it definitely has some kind of a coating that gives it that super shiny appearance. This is kind of like your dress traveler's notebook. It's like the patent leather that you would put on, your first day of school with those brand new shoes. So this one is a little shinier than the others. It does have the little protector here. You can also use the protector to hold a pen. This is standard size, also called regular size. So it's roughly 4 1/3 inches wide for the inserts and roughly 8 1/4 inches tall for the inserts. And I have noticed that I can usually happily fit like 3, maybe 4 inserts in this one without it coming, extending beyond the cover. So this is the kind with the toggles. So it has a toggle up here to hold the band. And then the extra band that's inside has a toggle on the bottom as well. I haven't tried to take the toggles off, but I think it would be easy enough. If you find them annoying, you can just clip this right here and it will still work as an expansion band. So we have rounded corners. We have, like I said, the cognac color on the front. And then when you open it up, you'll see that it has more of like a camel color inside. So like caramel camel inside, cognac outside. Okay, and then this one comes with the one central band. The smaller band is to kind of hold it. And then the longer band is what you put that first insert on. And then it comes with an expansion band, so now you can have 2 or 3 inserts. And then if you want to have more than that, you can get another expansion band, or sometimes you can get away with just using hair elastics. Those sometimes work as well. All right, so that's it really. It's that simple. This one doesn't have any pockets. There's nothing extra about it. It comes with inserts. But since those change, I won't talk about that today. Today I'm just talking about the covers themselves. So this is the feather notebook. All right, the next one is from Newestor / September Leather. It's listed as Newestor. When you get the package, the logo will say September Leather, and that's consistent. It's always been that way as long as I've been ordering from them. So what has changed is the leather. I have several different Newestor traveler's notebooks, and the leather is very different in the last maybe year or two than it was when I originally got my first notebooks from them. They used to be a real smooth leather. We'll talk about that more in detail when we get to those. Now it's a more textured leather. It's just a different finish, but What's interesting is that the pickup, when you fold it like this and you kind of see the striations, I guess, in the leather, it's actually the same color as the pickup in the old ones. There's almost like a cherry to it. So there's something similar about the way they're processing these, but the new leather definitely has a different feel as you hold it. Okay, so this one is the one that does not have any pockets. It's standard size or regular size. It does have a pretty strong protector here, and then like I said, you can pull that over and use it as a pen loop if you want, because this one does not have a pen loop. It does have the rounded corners. It does not have any toggles, so there's nothing to get in your way on the edges. The band comes across and you open it like this, and what's I think a big benefit of this one is that it has 4 functional bands already in it. Now the one has a knot, so you might want to use that for an insert that you're not using all the time, because there might be a little bump with the knot. The other 3 are perfectly useful. And then you can add extra bands. I think it actually comes with an extra band if you want to have, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I've even put 7 or 8 inserts in here sometimes. It's definitely a more forgiving traveler's notebook, which allows you to have many more inserts before it starts overhanging past the edge of the cover. So the inside is like milk chocolate, and the outside is like dark chocolate or even espresso. So see the difference there? And the inside of this one feels kind of like suede. And where you push it this way, push it back that way, it kind of makes a mark. The outside has these tiny little dots, and I'm wondering if they're just using a completely different kind of leather. It will get a patina, as you play with it, as you roll it, as you bend it back and forth, you'll start seeing some lines. As you use it, it'll get scratched up a little bit. So it'll become yours. All right, so we've got 4 bands. We've got no pockets. That's it. It's just basically a piece of leather with some elastic. So when you start off with something like this, it can get you into the traveler's notebook world to see even if you have any interest in it, if you like it at all, if you want to use that as your everyday carry forever, you can do that, or you can bump up and start looking at more custom options that maybe have things that you need. Like I really like a pen loop and this one doesn't have it. So then maybe I would go to Etsy and have someone make one for me that is like this but has a pen loop, for example. It becomes very personal how you choose to design what you end up using every day. But it's a good starting point. But like I said, take note that if you have had one in the past, the leather is now different. So that is Newestor or September leather without pockets, regular size. Okay, the next one is September leather or Newestor with pockets. And I haven't ordered one in the last year or so I do not know whether they are shipping with this leather or this leather. But the format should be the same regardless. The format for these has a reinforced binding, which is great. You can really, like I said, stack these up with 6, 7, maybe even 8 inserts, and they'll hold up to that because it has this reinforced spine. It has good sewing. When you get one with pockets, it's going to have sewing, so it's important to look at the stitching and see if that's nicely finished. This one does not have a protector. It just has the elastic. And you open it up and you'll see the pockets. And so this will fit like a regular credit card or business card, 1, 2, 3 of those. Then you have a folio pocket here that you can stick cash or receipts in, maybe even turn it into a wallet. On the right side, you have another folio pocket, and you have a pen loop. So I find these pen loops extremely useful. I tend to put two pens together because I like to have a brush pen for lettering and then also my everyday pen for writing. And so any pen that has a clip on the back, you can just slide those two at a time on the pen loop like that, and that's how I get away with carrying two pens in my notebook. So that works really well for me. And then like the other September Leather Newestor, this one also has 4 bands. One of them is going to have the knot, and the other 3 are just straight elastic. So that's great. And then I think it also comes with an extra elastic if you want to keep adding. The inside of this one is a little bit rougher. It still feels like suede, but it's a little rougher. Also, I've used this one a lot more, so it may just be that it's showing its wear. But the inside here is truly espresso, just like the front. And like I said earlier, the pickup on these, as you kind of fold them and play with them and roll them, ends up being kind of like a dark cherry color. Okay, so that's September Leather Newestor, regular or standard size with pockets. Okay, next we have the same exact thing, except it's A5 size. So instead of standard size, the A5 is wider. It's the same height, but it's wider. And then that way you can use A5 size inserts. Same exact format though. You have the reinforced spine, good quality sewing. You have the elastic here. It does not have a protector. You open it up and you've got those 3 pockets on the left, then a folio pocket, then another folio pocket, pen loop, and 4 elastics, 1 with a knot. So same thing, just wider. I have been using this one to keep A5 inserts from wanderings, which I like to use for watercolor, and it's just kind of become a pure sketchbook. I don't do anything else in it except make random art. Okay, the next one is from a company called Poromo. This has changed drastically over the years. The very first traveler's notebook that I bought was from Poromo. It was a different animal. It looked like this, but it had a really nice pen loop. It had, I think, a better quality leather finish. It was a great notebook. Then they went away for like 2 years. Then they popped back up again with this, which is, it's a different leather. It's got, I don't even know what makes that kind of a pattern. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's like little dots all over it. And then you open it up and it has 3 pockets, has the folio pocket, and then on this side it has a secretarial pocket where it's cut down like this. And it has 4 inserts with a knot. So it's a very useful traveler's notebook because you have all those bands, you have the pockets, the leather feels good in your hand. It just has this truly bizarre finish with all these dots. And if you happen to know what causes that, let me know. I'm wondering if it's like something was sprayed at some point and it just was allowed to dry that way with the dots, or if it's some kind of an impression, you know, maybe from the dust cover that's on it. I don't know, or if it's somehow part of the tanning. If you have any idea why this looks like this, please let me know. But it's important to note that right now, Poromo is not in stock. I'm mentioning this because sometimes these videos will stay up for 7 and 8 years, and you come back 7 years from now, and yay, Poromo's back in stock. So I wanted to make it an option just in case, and I will put a link to the listing so you can bookmark it if this is something that you're looking for. Again, you've got the rounded corners, you have good stitching, you have the closure that can also be an extra pen loop. And you've got those 4 bands inside, very useful. One of the reasons that I really like the 4 bands, that Poromo had and September Leather or Newestor has is that it keeps your notebooks spaced nicely. So their spines kind of have separate areas. They get to have their alone time. When you have the traveler's notebooks that have only one band inside, sometimes they kind of have to jostle for position, and it's a little bit harder to use multiple inserts. But the ones like these with the bands spaced out are really a nice feature, I think. Okay, so that's Poromo. And then we have Wanderings. Wanderings makes really great inserts that take watercolor exceptionally well. And they also make covers. These are two of them. One is without pockets, one is with pockets. They're basically the same leather. This one I have only had for like 2 weeks, so it hasn't had any time to get a patina or become mine. This one I have had for several years, and I've used a lot, as you can see. But it's basically the same leather. It feels really good in your hand. The one without pockets has the protector here that can be a pen loop. It has the elastic. It has a toggle here on the back. Rounded corner. It's kind of an unfinished edge. I think the Wanderings Traveler's Notebooks look a little bit more Western. That might be how I would describe them. Like country Western, like a Western movie, like cowboys. It's just a little bit rougher, and I kind of like that. So you open it up like this, and the inside of this one is definitely a caramel color. And if you fold it, you'll see that the outside is like a milk chocolate, the inside is caramel, and the pickup in the leather is a very light color. Okay, and it does have a stamp here. This is technically the Wanderings logo, but it's also just a compass. So, you know, Traveler's Notebook, compass goes nicely together. Just down here in the corner, and I've always liked those. I think it's a nice little touch. It's a way to show their brand without being obvious about it. It doesn't say like Wanderings across here. If someone sees it, they're just going to think that you have a compass on your notebook, which is nice. You've got the one main band. You've got the shorter band kind of to hold it, and then it comes with an extra band that does have a toggle on the bottom. So this one I usually keep like maybe 3 inserts in, maybe occasionally 4. Okay. And so that's the one without pockets, standard size or regular. And then this is the Wanderings with pockets. Standard size or regular, good sewing. This is the closure, which can also be a pen loop. It has the little toggle. Open it up. And this one has a different color interior, and it may just be because I've had this one so much longer. It might be because they used to use a different finish and now they look like this. You can see the difference on the inside. They feel pretty much the same. The color is just different. So this is the one without pockets. This is the one with pockets. So again, like the other one, you have the one main band, the other band to support it, and a jump band. I keep calling them jump bands. Is that the right word? Extra band. All right, then we have 3 card pockets. Here, here, here. A folio pocket, which is great for popping cash into if you use this as your wallet. And then another folio pocket on the right-hand side. It does not have a pen loop. So that is the Wanderings regular standard size with pockets. Okay, so I hope that you found this helpful. Please click subscribe and like and share and all that good stuff. Come back and see me again for more journaling and art and anything to do with making your paper look pretty. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. Have a great day. Bye-bye.